Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great, the potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
And that has left him in a heap. Looking for the run, and again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Del Piero. Fiore. Now it's Totti. Messi. Owen. Fiore. Look at the space here. And this is big chance! Goal! What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And it's Olmo. Has a look and plays it forward. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Dani Olmo. Fernandez. And here's Del Piero. And Del Piero! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Fernandez puts a cross in. There's the shot! Oh, it's hit the frame of the goal again! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Barcelona really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
And he's running through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Owen. He's in a good position here. He's had it taken off him. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He's got tall. Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Del Piero with the short one. Lofted in. Oh, it's come off the upright. Makalele. And it's Kukçu. And here's Del Piero. Del Piero! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
And he's had it nicked away. Rijkaard. Nicely aimed pass. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Kukçu. Well seen. Saw that coming. Now it's Totti. Knocks it into space. Shapes to shoot! And he hits the net! 2 up now, and they are cruising.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Some first half thoughts?
Barcelona certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Here we go again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Shoots! Oh, special! That is a special goal! A finish of true class! And the second half is off to a flyer! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little math. Chance, surely! He's done very well to get to that.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
They've played it short. Blint. Messi! It's run loose. This time, surely! He's scored! He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So the lead now is 2.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 22, Dani Olmo. Coming on the field
Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Substitution in progress.
That is a brilliant interception. Decent chance! There's a goal! Right back in the game! Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago. And he shoots!
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Kirkchu. Real chance! Yes, it's in! Barcelona are back in business. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will...
He gets big! In he goes again!
Barcelona really deserve full marks for effort, though. It's clear they want to win this.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. And here's Del Piero.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And he's played it back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
Lovely passing, lovely movement as well.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Del Piero is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Looking to play him in. Rudiger gets over and intercepts. It's not an especially good pass, that. Tries to pass it through. Cole. Tries to play it through. Oh, that was vital. That's that, the end. The job is done. They have the point they needed. Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I think this fella, Luis Diaz, will have a key role in being the link man. He's so good when it comes to progressing the ball up the pitch, and he'll often drop deep to do that. Above all, though, I like his feistiness. There's a combative and energetic edge to everything he does.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. And here's tries from a long way out. Hits off target and by quite a way.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Fernandez. And here's Isak. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Barcelona so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Jorginho. And here's Isak. And he's in on goal. And it's Jorginho. Porto look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Gakpo. Dani Olmo conjures time and space where few can.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Chance, surely! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, what a climb! Goal! Barcelona! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Oh, this looks sharp. Diaz. And that's a throw-in. Udogi chooses to go cross-field.
Good switch, that.
Vitinha. And it's Zakaria. Driving on and making good progress. Dink through. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
1 minute added time.
Now it's Gakpo. Now it's Isak. And we've reached half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Barcelona have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. And the game has already resumed here.
Barcelona definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Good ball, good take. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Tries to pass it through. Great! And it's in! Vanderson. Still just a single goal between the sides. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Isak!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
That pass has been well intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get... And the shot! They've scored! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can come into it, and it didn't.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And here's Isak. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Gakpo. And the finish! Brilliant from Gakpo! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Right back in the game! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Shot a goal!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And here's Diaz. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Udogi, looking to go deep. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Substitution for Porto. Number 11.
So here comes the substitution.
Number 14. Isak. Number 9. Jorginho. Number 13.
Now it's Fabio Silva.
Vitinha. Number
Searching
7.
pass he's played there.
Diaz.
And it's hoisted clear.
Number 37. Number 39. Kolo Muani. Number 6. Morita. Number 19. Elliott. Number 10.
Ball driven towards the far post. Cleared away. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. They needed to win. Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And as you can see, we've already started here. Well, here we go then with this bundle of joy and excitement. That has always been Ronaldinho. His career, a thing of legend. But Jim, if you were to name just one game that defines him, it would be...
Well, I think undoubtedly it has to be the away game in Madrid back in 2005. He himself scored 2 second-half goals, but I can never forget the scenes when the home fans started applauding him. The moment when even the worst of enemies had to admire what he did on that night.
It was an extraordinary sight. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. He's a sharp little ball here. Just the goalkeeper to beat.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Dani Olmo, and he's picked out the run. That's a good ball. Great chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? Played in by O. Oh, what a climb! Goal! Barcelona! And that is goal number 20. Devoid of any complexity, but boy was that certain.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Del Piero, he's gone for goal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. It's a mighty effort! He's scored! And they're at it again in double quick time. Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Tries to pass it through. Big chance! Ronaldo! That is just brilliant! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other. And
oh, they could be caught out here. And it's Olmo. Pass somewhat off target, and that's really well manoeuvred. Knocks it into space. Oh, perfectly measured that. Goes for a shot! And it's there! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how...
It's Ronaldinho! Oh, denied at the last.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
And he's only too happy to take that back. Tries to play it through. That's been cut out, well played. And they've got rid. Some resolute defending there. And we've reached half-time. Well, what a half they've had, cruising to victory, and it's only half-time. Astonishing.
Barcelona really are in control here. They've done exactly what they set out to do. There's a genuine flow about their football, and some of the stuff they've played so far has been great on the eye.
Barcelona have had it all their own way so far then, and they go in at the break in an utterly dominant position. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Tries a shot! Goal! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. It's become a case of men against boys. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, impressive strike.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there. Barcelona are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Kökçü, Rummenigge, and he's had a hit! Keeper always had the measure of that.
Barcelona really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, shooting chance! And he's quick to get it clear again. He's having a shot! Oh, terrific save. Good reason for optimism here. No, he's managed to misplace that. Ronaldinho clears. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Rummenigge. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, just skips past it. Decent chance! Oh, almost a sixth.
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
Barcelona have their third corner. Big header! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And he hits the net. And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
And they win it back again. Kökçü. Taken back almost at once. Now, can they get him away? Good effort from distance. Fernandes. Rummenigge. Looking for options for movement. He's having a go! Oh, he really got hold of that. Rijkaard gathers from the goal kick. He's got away. Danny Olmo. Cross into... There's the header! It's there! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
And that's that. Barcelona can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Rummenigge. Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great, the potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary. And we should be in for something very special. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Ronaldo, the man who you could say was the man once upon a time.
Yeah, certainly wasn't the noughties. So many games where his magic just shone.
And of course there was that really famous game in November of 2005.
I know the one you mean. One of the most dominant performances by an away...
Chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Nicely weighted ball, but he's well positioned here. Now that is a hefty challenge. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Messi. Barcelona are one down despite having the better chances here. Pirlo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Rummenigge.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And it's Olmo. Aimed beyond the defence. He's picked his way through.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Out for a throw. Rummenigge knocks it out wide, back into the middle, pass is just off target. Busquets is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Pirlo. Decent progress down the left. Oh, he's found support out wide. And it's Pirlo.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Neatly clipped into space. Oh, what has happened here? And that'll be the last act of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Substitution in progress.
And the action is back on the way.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
That's a throw. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Fired deep towards the back post. And that is out of play. Dixon. And it's Del Piero. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Played into space. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Kukçu simply refused to be outdone there. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Knocks it into space. Del Piero gets... Oh, shooting chance! Yes, it's there! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Shot could be on. There's the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Barcelona take the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Oh, that's real chance! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Out to the right. Now it's Messi. He's found a way through. This could be their final throw of the dice. All hands on deck for this one. He rises! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
That's that, the end. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph. Your reflections then, Jim?
From the manager's perspective, Peter, I don't think he could have asked for much more. Well, certainly result-wise. This is a game they wanted to win for so many reasons, and his players did a sterling job carrying out the instructions. Thoroughly enjoyable.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
A reminder today that smoking is only allowed in areas shown on this map. Thank you for your cooperation.